So Ten Hag, Rio, I know back in April you made a 6-point plan about how he can turn this club around. The points are, if you've forgotten, I'm sure you haven't, because they're very, very, very well planned. But 1, set the culture. 2, improve recruitment. 3, a structural reset. 4, clear playing style. 5, embrace youth. And 6, develop the players. And I think it's fair to say he was listening.
Well, he's got them up in his office, I've heard, them 6 points. No, it's and he's ticked almost. At the moment, he's ticked them off, and he's. I think that one of the important ones is setting the culture of how he wants to see this club, running through the veins of it, discipline. I think he's shown in recent months that that's a huge part of setting that culture at this football club. And I think that all those points are good points, and you can add to those, but I think getting those fundamentals right within a football club is really important to really start steering it the way you want it. And I think he's at the moment doing a fantastic job.
Do you know what, Rob? I think that when you think about this club prior to Erik ten Hag, it was a really noisy club. Lots of things were coming out. They were being spoken about for all kinds of things that they didn't want to be being spoken about. And I think Erik ten Hag gets it. He's fitted into the role as the Manchester United manager better than a lot of people have. And I think he's quietened everything down. You feel for the first time in a while that he's got complete control of the situation, that he's got the respect of his players, that he's in charge in the dressing room. I think the way he handled the Marcus Rashford lateness situation prior to the Wolves game was an example of just how well he's handling what can be tricky situations for a new manager. Helps, of course, when you're winning games as well, but we've seen a lot of people come in here and it's either been too big for them or their egos have got out of control. All of a sudden the situation's become very difficult, in some cases untenable. But Ten Hag from the outset up to this stage seems like a very good fit. He seems like he's fitted in seamlessly.
That's the culture thing, right? The Marcus Rashford and obviously Ronaldo is the big one.
He doesn't let situations fester. He doesn't let situations just run where the media can kind of run with stories. The Marcus Rashford situation, bang, have that, deal with it. Story's over.
But then he comes on and scores as well, so he's got the situation where he turns a negative into a positive.
And you need a bit of luck with that.
Management.
And he's getting a bit of luck with that as well. But you need to be. If you set that situation up, it's about actually setting it up. He gives himself a chance to have that little bit element of luck, or the way the outcome turns out. So, and that's because I think in these situations you can't be on one side of the fence, foot in both camps. This is me. You're either in with me on these things. These are the rules, and you live by it and die by it. And he's doing that really well.
Fletcher, how did you see, from an outsider, the Ronaldo situation? How he dealt with that? How did you judge that?
Well, I started off with a bit of sympathy for Cristiano Ronaldo, but the longer it went on, the more I turned, culminated in the interview, which I think was balmy. But I think he handled it as well as he could, and he decided that was the moment that he was going to show everybody that there is one leader here, and you're going to play by his rules, and you're going to act the way he wants you to. Otherwise, there won't be a role. And I think anybody else now, and Rio can tell you this way better than anybody can, once you've got the respect of the manager like that, if you look at him and say, well, he's going to handle Cristiano Ronaldo like that, there are players then in this dressing room that would never then take him on. Because you're thinking, well, if he wins that battle, what chance have I got? So you get a lot more chance of everybody towing the line and doing what he actually wants them to do, based on the fact that he's drawn that line in the sand and said, look, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm in charge. It's my way or the highway. And that sets the tone.
And he's showing consistency with those decisions as well. It's like it's not one rule for him and it's different for you over there. There's the rules and everybody has to abide by them. And I think that consistency will get the respect, and that'll be sustainable over a long period of time.
Do you think that situation was handled perfectly, or do you think there was anything wrong with it at all?
I'm like Darren. I think there's areas where both camps, my opinion is both camps, I think with hindsight, in time, will look back and go, there was elements of this that I could have done better. But I think right now, at the end of the season, if Man United finish in the top 4, Erik ten Hag's done what he's needed to do, and he'll be seen to have done the right thing.